Remote communities north of Los Angeles have been ordered to evacuate. That's as a new wildfire is sweeping across the nearby mountains, bolstered by strong winds. The Hughes Fire has already engulfed hundreds of acres of brush, covering the region in thick, dark smoke. Red flag warnings are in effect across the area, which is only 40 miles away from the neighborhoods devastated by the recent Palisades and Eaton fires. And let's get more on the story from DW correspondent Stefan Simons. He's joining us from Washington, D.C. So, Stefan, how big are these Hughes fires?
Well, Hughes Fire is quite amazingly big, 5,000 acres. That's about 20.2 square kilometers, if you like. The power of this fire, again, is, and that's systemic for those Santa Ana winds-driven or wind gust-driven fires, is quite immense. This fire grew at a rate of 2 to 3 football fields every 3 seconds, and it exploded from 100 acres to 5,000, now 5,000 acres. That's again 20-point-something square kilometers within 2 hours. So just to give you an idea of how forceful and how strong those winds and those fires then are. That's what we're dealing with, and of course is endangering a community, 19,000 people living in Castaic, and this is in the Santa Clarita Valley at the northern edge of LA County. And of course, firefighters, LAFD, the Fire Department of LA, as well as CAL FIRE, that's the Governor's Fire Force of California, and so on. They have their hands full right now.
We know that these fires are just a few dozen miles from areas that were completely devastated by previous fires. Have we heard anything about how the people in the area are dealing with these with this new calamity?
Well, with the Hughes Fire, they were immediately under evacuation orders, mandatory evacuation orders. And that means you get a ring on your phone, a message, and it says, go, leave, pack right now, pack what you have, or forget packing and just leave because fire is coming and you may not survive if you stay. So, and people hopefully did exactly that, evacuate. So this is how they are prepared. Now, how is the fire department prepared? They had, of course, because they kind of know what the weather will be like, wind gusts will be like, strike teams, so-called strike teams deployed in and around this area. As well as in the old area, as you know, where the Eaton and the Palisades fire still was. So they're still firefighters. A strike team contains of 5 engines, same type engines. And these type of engines, fire engines, are really equipped, as well as the firefighters, to fight brush fires, wildfires. So those strike teams, multiple of them, are on their way or already employed and deployed in fighting this fire, plus air assets. Why air assets? Because the wind is playing along. It has only 40 miles per hour, up to 50 miles per hour wind gusts. That's horrible for the fire. It has an effect. The fire jumps around, but you can still launch aircrafts, fixed-wing aircrafts, helicopters to douse repellent, retardant, and water on this fire. This is what the fire department in California does right now in LA.
Well, it sounds like they're really going after this fire. We're seeing images now of how the planes have been dropping water on the burning brush and trees. Do you think that part of this is that they've learned some lessons from what just devastated parts of California with the recent fires?
Yeah, you would hope so, but yeah, of course. You see, CAL FIRE as well as LAFD, they still have about like 8,000 firefighters in the region, because they knew last week, when this all was a horrible scene in the Palisades, in Altadena, Pasadena, and this area, in LA proper, that they're not out of the woods yet. So yes, they are better prepared. They have learned their lessons, if you will. However, this is a beast. Again, I can't stress this hard enough. Yeah. If a fire grows from 100 acres to 5,000 acres in just 2 hours, then you know what it's doing. It's jumping, and you have to react right away and in real time with your assets, with your firefighting assets, with your air assets, on where to put this fire out, how to try to contain it. And speaking of containment, this fire is, of course, as we speak now, 0% contained. That means it's nowhere under control, and it is still growing.
Okay, a lot of work to be done there. DW correspondent Stefan Simons, thank you.